Well, I'm back again, back in this signature shirt that I seem to be wearing every single video that I film, which is strange. I do have other shirts. This is just like the most comfortable one that I've been wearing the past couple of weeks. I did film a video, but looking back on it, I decided kind of not to post it. I wasn't in the greatest place, so I got emotional in a way that I don't necessarily think I want to share on the internet. I talked about some stuff that I really had to sit down and think about, but I haven't really had much to talk about or to film recently, which is okay. I don't necessarily have the most interesting life. I've been mostly thinking about school, and I went to school physically yesterday, went on campus for some of my classes. I had to present a play that I wrote. It was bad, which is okay. The play itself was bad. I'm willing to admit that it's the first time I've ever tried to write one, and I want to get better at writing. And the entire course, the entire degree I'm doing, all the courses I'm taking are solely surrounding writing and that kind of stuff. So yeah, I got some really helpful and useful advice. I'm glad I'm not doing this like 5 or even like 3 years ago, because taking critique was more difficult, especially of work that you put like time and effort into. I found it really hard to accept critique of my work, and I know that my lecturer means well. When she critiques stuff, she isn't extremely harsh, and she's not mean in any way. She just wants us to be better writers. She designed the course, and she wants us to be able to leave the course being at least somewhat confident in our own ability to write. And I do appreciate that. She's very passionate about writing, very passionate about the arts, very passionate about literature in all its forms. So she's a great lecturer. I've taken the advice on board. I have to rework some stuff on my portfolio. There's also a lot of stuff that I learned, right? I need to be more curious about people. My writing is very internal. There really isn't a driving force for some of the characters. I'm just watching them go down this spiral, and that's not always the greatest thing. To tell a story, there has to be a driving force. And I asked her all the questions I needed to ask her. I now have a clearer direction for where I want to go and what I want to do and stuff. I really do enjoy that part of my course, these more hands-on parts, the learning about how the publishing industry works, especially in the Caribbean, because that's quite untouched. Publishing is only really kind of relegated to the more developed world in a sense. And stories like ours, books like ours, go unseen just because of like the size, right? The Caribbean as a whole probably has as many people as a large city, well, that might be exaggerating, but I think I'm getting across what I want to get across. Some of Caribbean countries, you could drive off of them if you drove too fast. So that was a good time. It also helped me calm down. The day before I left on Tuesday and I came back today. So the day before I left, which was Monday, that's when I filmed that video, and I'm looking back on it now. I hadn't spoken to my brother in a couple weeks. I was feeling really alone, really isolated. But I'm feeling so much better now, being able to talk to my classmates, talk to my brother, and actually see him was really good. The only time I think I have to go back into school physically is to do my final exam for one of my courses. All my other courses, the other 2 courses that I'm doing are all coursework. I'm debating whether or not I want to do any courses in the summer, kind of being back and forth about it. I might, so that it's less stress on my parents when the new semester, the new actual semester rolls around, because I should be able to help cover the cost of, if I do like one course in summer, I should be able to cover that cost. Um, yeah, I'm got some library books, which is really exciting. I'm reading Egg and Spoon. I'm not very far through it. I've really noticed that I may prefer children's literature. And when I say children's literature, I mean there are some young adult books, yes, but I have such an appreciation for the language and the writing of so many children's books, how such complex themes are dealt with in such simple language that anybody can grasp, and the stories that are written for children usually still have this sense of wonder and amusement to them. The school beside me is having sports day. You may be able to hear them. They are having so much fun over there. I am almost jealous. It sounds like they're having a great time. I'm happy for them. It's almost Easter break, so most schools are doing that kind of sports day stuff. And it really reminds me of when we had sports day back in high school, and I was nothing but depressed because we'd have to walk in the sun and just sit in the sun in Jarrett Park all day, and I wasn't the most athletic person, so sports day was always just a reminder of how unathletic I was. But I would have a few friends who would participate, and it was always fun cheering them on and watching them run. It was so fun. For someone who's unathletic, the fact that I did physical education as a subject and got a 1 in it is incredible. But yeah, I think this might be like a shorter video today. I've been consuming less content. I've been trying to wean myself off of YouTube. Watched a few streams, when I was doing some schoolwork, and this is one of the first semesters that I feel it coming to a close, and I don't feel like I'm choking. The workload was manageable. I think for now, while I'm working the job that I'm working, 3 courses per semester makes sense. We're supposed to really do 5, which is why I might take up 1 or maybe even 2 if I can afford it during the summer, so that I'm not too behind. There were some courses that I missed. I also need to look for some courses that I could get an exemption for. 2 courses in first semester that I've been told that I can get an exemption for, so I'll apply. It's actually been not bad. I've been trying to move more intentionally, mostly on the weekends, because it's hard to do that when I'm at work because of the nature of my work and the area I work. But even then, just finding excuses to even get out of the building and walk between the 2 buildings. My mom got some skipping ropes, so I'm going to try and get more use out of those. I want to get some tiny weights. I don't want any heavy weights, but just to keep myself doing like gentle movements, light strength movements. I have noticed a difference doing that. Hi Mittens, my cat is here. He is such a sweet boy. He comes in and out. He might jump up here. Sorry, your butt is in the camera. Oh my god. Yeah, he's a sweet boy. Very neutered. Yeah, I love him so much. Let me see if he wants to be seen. If he doesn't mind. He is miserable. Okay, he does not want to be seen. He's the light of my life, and the love of my soul. So he probably came in for food and water. He has a vet appointment on the weekend because it's been 3 months since his last one, so he'll be getting his shots and his flea treatments and his worm treatments. The shots I think are heartworm because mosquitoes. We live in the tropics, and he gets worm shots and he gets a flea treatment, and he does those things every 3 months. Because I want him to grow up big and strong and live as long as he possibly can. But yeah, I think that's all I have to talk about today. It's been calm. It's just been schoolwork and work. But I've been trying to integrate more like gentle movement. I've gotten into the Chinese body side of TikTok. So I've been trying to drink warm. But I'm Jamaican. We drink tea every morning. This is nothing new. It's not like a revelation. We drink tea every morning. But I've been purposely reducing the amount of cold drinks that I drink. And I realized that it surprisingly and shockingly has made kind of a difference. I was really surprised. I love a cold, like I'm not a big drinker of anything except for tea. I find it so hard to drink water. I find it so hard to drink juice. The only thing I drink enthusiastically is Coke Zero, but even then I can't finish a bottle like just like that. It will take me like 30 minutes if I'm really going quickly. So I got, oh my gosh, I have to show you guys something. I got this yesterday, a Burger King Stanley Cup. Now, I'm not the biggest Stanley Cup person. I've never owned an actual Stanley Cup that looks like this, because I don't know if they're spill proof. They were also really expensive. I got a wall at one point, and I've had it for like, it's been 2 years. I've had that Owala for 2 years, and I plan to continue to have it because it works perfectly fine. It's meant to hold water, but they were having a promotion, and I got this, and it's been really fun. And I don't want you to judge me for what I'm about to say, but the water I have in here now, I put in there last night, and I'm still not done. There's so much water in this thing. My mom got me a pink like Starbucks cup for my birthday. Not one of these, one of the tumblers that closes, that's spill proof. So I now have a spill proof cup that can hold hot things, spill proof cup that can hold room temperature things and cold things. The Owala holds cold water, and now I have this. I can put so much stuff in this. If there is ever a day where I finish this before the end of a day and it doesn't carry me to the next day, I will celebrate, and I will talk about it because I really don't drink that much water. But yeah, that was the exciting part. Oh, I have Egg and Spoon here. I can just show you the book. Oh god. Oh, hold please. This is the book, Egg and Spoon by Gregory Maguire, best-selling author of Wicked. I've never read Wicked. I didn't watch Wicked. Our movie theater was destroyed by a hurricane, and it will not be reopening, allegedly. I say allegedly. They posted that they're not reopening it. I'm going to have to travel 3 hours if I want to watch a movie now. 3 hours. There's no movie theater in Western Jamaica anymore. I don't even want to know about the people who have to travel further than me, what they're going to do, but I don't know what I'm going to do when the new Doom movie comes out, or the new Spider-Man movie, or the last Spider-Verse movie. I'm going to have to travel 3 hours. Like, streaming is, I don't want to watch those movies in my bed. They're meant to be seen, oh my lord, they're meant to be seen on a screen. I'm not watching them in my bed on a laptop. I'm so sorry, I'm not watching them on a TV. I want the movie theater experience. I want to be with other people in the theater experiencing the movie together as a collective. I love going to the movies. I don't do it all the time because movies are no longer as cheap as they used to be. But, I'm going to miss that. I hope someone, is able to. I wish I was able to get the licensing, but I am a call center worker. I don't have the money to pay for licensing. But I think that's everything I wanted to talk about today. I'm having a good week so far, even though the week is almost over. Took 2 days off to go to school. I'll be back at work tomorrow. But yeah. Oh, you're staying with me? He's staying with me. You can't see him because now he's sitting down and he's taking pets. He's incredible. I really don't know what I would do without him. He's the sweetest boy. He's my baby. I've had him since he was, I think, around either 4 or 5 weeks old. Closer to probably 4 weeks old. And now he's like June. Yeah, he's like 7 months now. He's a June bug. He's my little June bug. I love him. He knows I'm talking about him, and I watch him look at me. Let me see your teeth. Good boy. Look at those teeth. Alright. Thanks for being here. It's nice to have somewhere to come and talk, even for a short amount of time. And I hope as you're listening to this that your day, night, week ends up going well, and I will see you the next time. Maybe one of these times I'll add in some video footage from school, because that might be fun. All right, bye.